Should the star of Veronica Mars just go live on Mars? Actress Kristen Bell just tweeting, sorry, RNC, rich people should pay higher taxes because they can afford it. End of story. XO, a rich person. Well, Dave Maney wants to know what's stopping her, because Uncle Sam makes it very easy for you to contribute more if you so choose. Very good point, Dave. What do you think of this?
Look, Neil, you see people like this and they're kind of constantly making the implication that taxes, no matter what, will not have any implication or any effect on behavior. And yet Variety magazine, the Bible of Hollywood, has been writing as early as just earlier this month talking about the massive flight of production from Hollywood because of tax incentives. So on the one hand, you know, Kristen, I think, is a pretty savvy social media promoter of herself, and her film's not doing too well at the box office. And I think it was a good way to kind of, you know, get her name in the news. You know, it's on here. Here we are talking about her. So
yeah, but she did okay in Frozen. I think she was one of the princesses in Frozen. I don't know.
She did. And I guess her new movie came out and is mired
I'm just
pretty
saying,
low.
if she doesn't mind paying high taxes on that money and all, she's in the 1/10 of 1%, which is fine. What I'm saying is that anyone who can afford the hot taxes or not should think a little bit about where it's going, because, you know, we just came off a 5-month period. You and I were chatting about this. Record revenues for Uncle Sam, tax money coming in crazy, and we're still spending a lot more than we're taking in. So something's got to be addressed, but it seems like the knee-jerk reaction is, well, we need more money. Give us more money, and don't hold us accountable to the money we're already spending.
Well, to your point, I mean, if she wants to pay more money, or if anyone does, there's actually an office in the U.S. Treasury literally called Gifts to the U.S. Government. It's in Hyattsville, Maryland. You can Google it, and you can find the address, and you can send as much as you like of your take-home pay to the U.S. government. They'll gladly accept it. You don't get any credit for it. It's a gift. And Kristen seems very generous, so I think she should consider doing it. It's actually, Neil, what I think she's doing in a certain way is being what I would call being selferous, which is being selfish while appearing to be generous, which is get my name in the news, get my box office going, and I'll make it look like I want to give lots and lots of money when, in fact, it's really kind of all about me.
But I always think, you know, when I've heard Warren Buffett argue that, and Bill Gates argue that, and Bill Gates' dad, of course, a big proponent of raising the top rate. And I always ask, well, what is a fair enough rate? If you said the rich aren't paying their fair share, and we've just brought it up to 39.6%, but any of that group doing their taxes now with all the add-ons for the health care law, we're now well into the mid-40s, and that's not even getting into state, local taxes. So when I ask them what is a fair rate, they invariably say, well, you know, Neil, the top rate used to be over 70%. We have a lot further to go. In other words, saying that the sky's the limit almost, you know?
Well, it's a great question. It's one I think that everybody who's a fan of conservative fiscal policy ought to have at the tip of their tongue to ask people who make that argument, which is, give me the number. Like, tell me what it is. If I go out and earn $1, how much of it should I be able to keep? And let's pin it down. Let's pin it down what your sense of fairness is.
All right. But she was great in Frozen. All right. Dave, thank you very, very much.